Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I am Mayra, your host today, and I am here with Wendy Gayle. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Myra. It's so good to be here again. It seems like forever.
It
I,
does. It does. And there were several people like asking, where did they go? Where did they go? And I had this on the calendar. So I know that you took some time off. I took some time off too. So,
adventures, right?
yes, yes, June is flying.
Yes, I can't believe it's wow.
Yeah,
Seriously?
I know.
I'm
Yep,
not.
all of a sudden it got hot.
Oh boy. Yes. Yes, indeed. It's nice.
You're in Connecticut,
I'm
right?
in Connecticut, and at my house today it's 90, and we're going to have thunderstorms. So it's that
Humid.
humid, sticky, icky. So
Eh, yeah.
that's okay. We're going to breeze right through today.
We are. So tell us, what do you have going on?
Oh my gosh. Well, I am taking some more time off during the summer, and it's time just to have some fun. I feel that fun has been low on the priority list, like so many, right? And so I am really looking forward to having some fun this summer. So
Mhm.
in the midst of all that fun, I'm still teaching my year-long program, but I'm also creating all my new classes for the fall and for next year. And
Mhm.
I just published my new channeling class for September. So I'm just like excited.
Okay. Well, I'm excited about it because I did it. I did the channeling class, and Wendy, it's so wonderful to have a teacher that is so patient. And I will say, guys, if you ever decide to pursue channeling and learning how to channel, you're channeling day one, okay? Wendy kind of throws you out there. She does. She throws you out there. And I did level one, two, and three. And yeah, I use it all the time. I
Oh yeah.
use it all the time. And I also, some of the things that you taught me, I teach also my clients, because when it comes to channeling their higher self in sessions, a lot of what I learned is what I convey to them. So it's wonderful.
It fits with anything. It doesn't matter if you're gonna sit like we do to do this. It weaves into every part of your life and it really opens up your psychic awareness as well. So it's
Mm,
and it's fun. And it's fun. We have a great time.
it is fun. It is fun. And I still channel with three of the other students um, on a regular basis. we are we're pretty diligent about, continuing our practices. And I was just telling one of them the other day, and I don't think she'll mind me mentioning her name. It's Jeannie. Okay, so Jeannie's wonderful. She's the one that shoots out the Zoom link, and and she had sent out a group text saying, "Hey, see you all tonight." And I replied, "I'll be there, can't wait." And so I knew I had to channel with them, but then the day sort of whizzed by. It was a very busy day of working with clients, that when my day was over, I just remember going into my room and just sitting there with my phone. And I was just mindlessly scrolling on my phone, looking at social media, just unwinding, right? From a long day, not even aware of what time it was, or I thought I'm done for the day. I could relax. And then out of nowhere, I hear, don't forget channeling.
I
L-
love
I
it.
got, I pop my, like, I look at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, they started 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And so, yeah, they were like, chop, chop, Mayra, let's go. We have things to say.
I love it. I love it. And I love that you're still practicing and having fun with it. And
Yes, yes. I wish I could hear them like that all the time, right?
yeah,
But I have moments like that where it's like they'll just drop in and I hear them just loud and clear. I love that.
yeah, yeah, that is great. And other times it's more of an internal listening. So
Mm, hmm.
isn't it nice that when you're going to miss an appointment, they go, "Hey,"
Yes.
I
Yeah,
love
they
that.
sure did. They sure did. But I love my practices. I just adore our time together. So, Wendy, you are a wonderful teacher. Metatron is a wonderful teacher.
It's my
Hmm.
passion, and
Yeah.
I've really uh, been listening to Metatron, and he's beginning to bring some deeper teachings with the channeling. So it's not just about the how-to tools anymore. It's about healing the oracle wound. It's about really owning ourselves as that because it's part of our lineage. That's part of who we are is channel, right? Every single person. And
Mm.
so he's really rolled his sleeves up and he's getting juicy. So I'm
I love
looking
that.
forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, we're ready for him.
All right. I'll go ahead and bring him in.
Hmm.
He's always hanging around.
Hmm. Yes. All right. So we're just going to pause as she brings him in.
Right. Good day to you.
Good day, Metatron.
Hello, beloved one.
Hello. I've missed you.
Well, we are always around.
I
So
know.
it's hard enough if we say we haven't missed you because we've been there, right?
Yes. Yes, yes, I know. I know. But it's just your voice I've missed, right? There's nothing like connecting in this way.
Indeed.
Mm,
It's very personal.
it is, and it has been.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this has been wonderful to meet with you on a regular basis and just also just be there for all the listeners as well. Yeah,
It is our honor to do so.
thank you.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm going to just jump right into the questions.
All right.
Many follower questions today. And one of them wants to know, Metatron, have you ever been in the physical?
That's a great question because there's, lots of conversation about that.
Mhm,
No, we have not been in the physical like you think of the physical. Metatron is consciousness, and we are the consciousness of sacred geometry. And so the truth is that we exist in all things, but we've never taken a human life,
mhm,
right? So the information that's out there, we always say to everyone, use your discernment, right? But we will say that in the way that you think of a life, we have not come into physical human form. Yet we are part of you because you contain sacred geometry as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, does that help?
Yes, yes, it does.
Yeah.
I had a feeling the answer was no, but the way you explain it is,
Mm,
yeah, I
yeah.
understand it.
We're everywhere, right? God's everywhere.
Hmm.
There's no place where God does not exist.
Mm, that's
And
beautiful.
remembering that and owning that for yourselves is an important piece to your awakening process,
Hmm.
right? That God I am is not just a throwaway mantra. It is a deep ownership of who and what you truly are. So Metatron is part of that, right? We are part of you, you are part of us. It is all one thing.
Hmm. Hmm. I will say that if you just take a moment to sit in a quiet space and call in the energy of Metatron,
Indeed.
you will feel it. You will feel it. So I challenge the listeners to do that and feel you
Yes.
in their space.
Yes, indeed, it's an open invitation, beloved ones, because Spirit makes a promise. You call, we come,
Mm.
no matter what. Even if you don't feel us or hear us or know that we're there, when you call, we show up every single time.
Mhm.
So please invite us.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Indeed.
So, if Source had an image, what would it look like?
No thing.
Okay.
It would
Mhm.
look like nothing, no thing. It would
No
look like
thing.
void. Everybody thinks that
Mm.
they know what the void looks like, but source, God, people uh put the human face on spirit, on God,
Yeah.
on source, right? To to be relatable. It's hard to relate to the void. It's
That's
hard
right.
to relate to no thing. And
Hmm.
so humanity puts a face on source or God, and that's fine, right? But what you'll find is that source, that God is a vibrational frequency,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it is not something that you necessarily see with a human eye, right? So it's okay to put any face on it, but
Okay.
in truth, source is no thing.
Hmm. Just the vibrational frequency.
Yeah,
Hmm.
of agape. We
Mm.
talked about agape before, right?
Beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm. Thank you.
Mhm.
So, when someone is in crisis here, how do our spirit guides, mm, I hate to say the word interfere, but how do they come in and assist us when we are in crisis? What would that look like?
Well, there's more than one way for this to occur. If someone is in crisis and they have called upon their guidance for help, guidance can really step in and help to navigate the crisis.
Hmm.
Guide, lead, bring information, give intuition and instinct despite what is happening, right?
Yeah,
If you have not invited your guides and angels, right,
yeah.
who are still there, but we are holding space for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like we surround you and hold space. You might be
Mm-hmm.
able to feel the love, you might be able to feel the support, but we're not going to step in like if you had called us and asked for help. It's a different way of us approaching you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. So does that mean that the results might be different if we do call upon our guides?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Right? Because what we do is we don't quote unquote change things for you, but we open up possibilities. We bring you ideas, we bring you intuition where you can go, oh, maybe I can do this instead of being in the middle of this. And so
Mm-hmm.
your choices are always the things that create the different outcomes. And so if you have called upon us and we are helping you find options, find different choices, then
Mm.
your results will be different. You will make different choices if you're just sitting within your human box, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And making your choices through the mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Difference between making your choices just through your mind or
Right.
make choices with your guidance, because you tend to be in your heart, in your intuition, in your feelings when you call upon us.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah,
beautiful. I call upon them daily, every day.
good. Each and every human comes to this lifetime with a spiritual team,
Mm.
hundreds and hundreds of guides, angels,
Yeah.
galactic beings, ascended
Mhm.
masters, whose contract with you is to help,
Right.
not to interfere, but to help when you are asking for it. So that's why we always encourage everyone to please ask for what you want and ask for what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
then we can open the doors and bring
Yeah.
bring in some opportunity, possibility.
Yes. Yes. And that's important to, so many people think, well, I'm not getting results. I've asked, but some things take time to shift a little bit, right? So don't forget to ask and be patient.
Or ask every day. We don't
Ask every
mind.
day.
Right?
Mm.
You can ask every day the same thing every day. And what must be understood is that everything that has been asked for, say you ask to win the lottery,
Okay.
right? Everybody wants to win the lottery.
Sure.
Is it in alignment with your soul's journey? Maybe,
Mhm.
or maybe not. So
Mhm.
everything that you're asking for and wanting kind of gets run through the filter of your soul. And if it's in alignment with the soul's journey, it is much easier for the request to be given or answered. If it is outside of the soul's journey, then there's a little bit of shift and change in negotiation that must occur.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
always about the lessons and the blessings. Okay?
Okay. Yes, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yes.
Metatron, what is one thing that you would advise humans to let go of?
Self-hate.
Mm. Mhm.
When you can let go of your self-hatred, then everything changes. The whole world changes. And a lot of people will say, well, I have no self-hatred. But Pay attention to how you talk to yourself. Pay attention to your perceptions and those things that reflect back to you that which is not your God reflection. And then we ask you to practice something that we call radical self-forgiveness. And self-forgiveness is something that is necessary, even if you've experienced the trauma at the hands of another, you still must forgive yourself in the process as well. So there's lots of information out there about radical self-forgiveness. It's a very, very beautiful tool to use, but to forgive yourself, to tell yourself the truth about each and every step along the way is important. That aligns and attunes you to your higher self, to your God presence. And so you're always walking in that direction.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes.
Here's a follower question. Interesting. Is Lucifer, is he real?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you tell us about him?
All right. So Lucifer was created by God, his greatest creation, right? In
Okay.
that moment. Right?
In that moment, yes.
He was deeply loved by God.
Mm.
And when God created this dimension, because this is the only dimension that Lucifer is playing a role or a part in. He is,
Oh,
he's not on Venus, he's not on Mars, he's here on Earth. His frequency, his energetic presence is here.
okay.
And his role is to stir the pot, to help people to understand their choices, to be that which is the polar opposite of God, so that people will see choosing dark or choosing light. Now, when every single soul upon the planet is complete and has gone home, so will Lucifer, right back to the heart of God, right? He is here at the request of God. And we know that a lot of people don't want to hear that, right?
Oh, interesting.
But it's very important to understand that there's nothing outside of the purview of God.
Okay.
Nothing outside of God,
Mm-hmm.
including Lucifer. But
Mm-hmm.
he is that energy of of alternative to light, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are those that will choose light, there's those that will choose what is shadow and darkness, and there's those that will kind of straddle in between, right?
Yes. Why was that important for God, source, to experience?
So this system, this dimension, this planet is very much an illusion.
Right.
And that is difficult to explain to people who feel that this is real, right?
Yeah, because it feels
But,
it. Yeah.
but it is like a science experiment, right? if you add this and you do that, what's going to happen? How does God grow? How does God evolve from what humans do here on Earth? Isn't that a fancy question? Well, God is always evolving and takes every single moment, every single thought, every single action, and takes it back into itself, back into divine love, and then expands. So you might say that everything that happens here upon this planet is fuel for the expansion of God. You understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay. It's a little bit different than what people think or believe, right? And that's okay. We're not saying change your belief systems, but perhaps look for the illusions in your life. What pieces of your life are illusions? Okay? There's a couple big ones, right? Fear is an illusion.
Right.
So is safety. Many things are an illusion. Right? When you can step into that aspect of you, the highest aspect, there's no fear because there's nothing to fear. There's no safety because you don't need it. You just are, right? You just are. You're being.
Yeah.
As opposed to doing, which is what the human journey is about, is the doing, right? So,
Thank you.
mhm.
All right. Thank you very much. That was really interesting. We have spoken about walk-in souls a few times, and it's really such a fascinating. Uh, yeah, just kind of blows me away that happens. Wendy herself being a walk-in.
Yes.
And we may have talked about this previously, but someone wants you to maybe reiterate or emphasize more. What are the symptoms? How does one tap into, maybe I am a walk-in soul? What would they be feeling?
Okay. So let us just say that that's usually not the first place the mind goes.
Of course. No.
But there are some things to look for. If all of a sudden your life is falling apart and you feel like somebody different, answer these questions. Have you had a near-death experience? Have you had a major trauma in your life recently?
Right.
Have you been under general anesthesia recently? Right? These are some of the things that kind of come before these experiences. Most walk-ins
Yeah.
don't just wake up one morning and go, hey, I'm a walk-in, right?
Right.
There's something that leads to one soul leaving and the new soul stepping in. And
Right.
there's always agreement, nobody's ever kicked out, right?
Right.
But a walk-in, there's a lot of confusion about their path, confusion about their relationships, because the new soul doesn't have the same relationship with all of these people that the old soul did, right? And the new soul has new purpose and new focus and is headed in another direction. So a lot of times you change your job status or what you do for a living, you leave your relationships, and that can be traumatic. That can be traumatic.
Sure.
And so what we are doing, we are creating a a gathering, a monthly circle for those that feel that they are walk-ins or wonder if they are walk-ins, so that they can come and get some support and help to, kind of anchor into this world, because it's not always easy, right? It's
No,
not.
no.
So you can look for that in the next couple of months, and it's going to be something that's free of charge. It's just about gathering the walk-ins together because they have deep purpose on the planet, and there's
Hmm.
more coming at this time than ever before. And so there's going to be more individuals having the walk-in experience. And
Interesting.
yeah, there's also, there's multiple types of walk-in experiences. And if people want to look into it more deeply, there is a woman by the name of Sheila Seppi, and she has written a book about walk-ins.
Okay.
There's a lot of really great information. She's written the best book on walk-ins that's been done so far. And
Hmm.
so it is a user-friendly book. And then let everybody know that it's okay to reach out.
Right.
They're
Beautiful.
in of that. Right?
Mm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Thank you.
indeed.
Metatron, what is a powerful mantra that can help us achieve abundance?
Huh. Well, we've been talking about willing recently.
Okay.
What are you willing? And that doesn't mean, are you willing to go to the grocery store this afternoon?
Okay.
What are your thoughts and your emotions willing into being in your life? And lots of times your inner thoughts are manifesting the direct opposite of what you truly want and need. And so there is a protocol. And the first thing that you do is kind of unwill what you've already willed
Mm.
in being.
Sure,
And
sure.
so we have had some individuals using, it starts out, I am no longer willing to blank, blank, blank. And so for this channel, it was, I am no longer willing to support vows of poverty, because she had many vows of poverty in past lives. And
Mm.
so when she was no longer willing to embrace vows of poverty, things just really clicked, right? And so
Mm.
you say, I'm no longer willing to maintain vows of poverty, and you would say it out loud 3 times. Or whatever it is, I am no longer willing to be in toxic relationships. I am no longer willing to work jobs that make me unhappy. I am no longer willing to, it's very, very simple, and keep it
Mm.
to one thing that you're going to kind of unravel. And
Yes.
then, then it's, I am willing to be
Mm.
freely abundant, or I am willing to be in healthy, whole relationships, or I
Mm.
am willing to have the job of my dreams,
Oh, I
right?
love that.
So there's 2 steps to it, right?
Mm.
It helps you to kind of untwist some of the things that you've already willed into existence
Yeah.
and make room for new possibility.
Mm. Hmm.
Hmm.
I love that mantra. 2 steps.
2 steps.
Makes
2 steps.
sense. Got to write that one down, Metatron.
Because sometimes you have to complete something before you can start something new.
Of
Sometimes
course.
you have to close the door to poverty before you can open the door to abundance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not all
Yes.
this lifetime. People,
Mm-hmm.
and you know this in your work, people really look to this lifetime. What am I doing wrong? But
Mm-hmm.
if you're not doing anything wrong in this lifetime, maybe what you're experiencing is something that you brought with you from past lives.
Mm-hmm.
And you know about this, right?
Yes. It's
That
actually one of my questions today.
that can be cleared, that can be changed.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Mm. So, yeah, you understand and you're aware of the work that I do helping people to recall their past lives for healing, for
Yes.
understanding, for closure. There are many that criticize this work and believe that looking at your past is nonsense. Why would I want to do that? I would love to. I know why I do it, and I know the work is important, but I'd love to hear what your opinion of it is and what your thoughts are about how it does help the collective.
Yeah. And so lifetime to lifetime, you have soul contracts and soul agreements. And they're not only soul agreements with other people, but you have contracts that your soul comes to complete in a lifetime. So in this lifetime, you might come with a soul agreement to become a nun or to become a mother, and it really doesn't have to do with anybody else soul contract. So the vibration of those contracts move with you lifetime to lifetime, particularly if there's something that is incomplete, that has not been completed about those agreements. Those lifetimes, those situations have a vibrational frequency,
Yes.
and you bring those into this life,
Hmm.
right? And you don't always have the memory of where it came from. And there are different ways to heal these things.
Sure.
But but what you do is beautiful in that it takes people into a place where they can reclaim a part of themselves gently, lovingly, powerfully, and become more whole because of the process. Not all of the healing processes help someone to actually feel whole, right?
Hmm.
They become whole, but they maybe are not emotionally connected to the wholeness. What you do with your um, hypnotherapy work helps people to have the emotions, to receive the healing on that level. It's past lives isn't just about what's in the head, it's also about what's in the emotional body. And
Yes.
so the work you do helps to identify and heal that.
Hmm.
We believe it is brilliant work. And you know what? The people that don't believe in it, fine. That's
Hmm.
okay. Everybody's got their thing, right?
Right.
But but what you do works.
Hmm.
What you do works.
Yeah.
And if somebody is not in resonance with what you do, then hopefully they will find another place,
Hmm.
another methodology that they resonate with so that they can get what they need as well.
Hmm. Right.
Right?
Yes. Thank you.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right. So, Metatron, there's a lot of talk about the 144,000 souls across different religions. I've even heard it, some of my clients have mentioned 144,000 beings coming from another planet to Earth. But
Mhm.
I've heard it also across, yeah, everywhere. I don't,
Right.
what is it? Why are people talking about it? Why that number? What is that about?
All right. Have you heard or do you know who were the Essenes? Christ was an Essene. The
Okay.
Essenes were thought to be an offshoot of Judaism.
Hmm.
In truth, the Essenes have been moving across the cosmos for millennia, right? Bringing wisdom. They are the keepers of the wisdom schools
Mm. Hmm.
and the wisdom that everyone is seeking, right? They hold this information. And they were also part of creating Atlantis and Lemuria and Pan. And they have been involved in creating the sacred Egypt, the pyramids, and all over the world are things that the Essenes have been
Okay.
part of creating,
Hmm.
right? And so that is where the understanding of the 144,000 at this time, the Essene souls are returning to Earth, to this dimension, because they hold the keys to humanity's evolution, and they
Yeah.
are going to come and bring the wisdom, bring the understanding, bring the technology and the science and all of it,
Mm.
right, to benefit humanity, to benefit all.
Mhm.
And so they are here now. They are still
Okay.
living.
Oh, so many are some of our children. They are
Yes,
part of the, okay, okay.
some of the walk-ins. Mhm.
Okay, okay. Some of the walk-ins, interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, because boy, there are some children that are coming here um that I'm aware of, and it's like it's incredible how wise. They
Aware.
sort of blow me away. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
You feel pretty confident in your spiritual acumen until you come face to face with one
Yeah.
of the beautiful souls.
Mm.
It will blow you away. And that's
Yes.
what they're here for, right? They're here to blow up on the heart. They're here to blow open the the perceptions
Mm.
so that humanity can let go of the old paradigms, the old way of doing things, the the manipulations and
Mhm.
eh, all of it. They're here to shine a light on everything.
Mm. I love that.
Indeed, indeed.
Hmm.
Um, so there's lots of
Wow.
information about the Essene. Uh, you know, you can do a little reading if anyone is
Hmm.
interested in finding out more about them,
Hmm.
understanding that Jesus was on a scene as well.
Mm.
Yeah, the wisdom is held and continues to be passed down through the scenes. Okay?
Mm. I love that.
They
Thank
play
you.
an important role,
Hmm.
not only here but across the cosmos.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you.
Indeed.
Um, a follower would like to know, is there a particular food that humans should absolutely stop eating now?
Can we say more than one?
Yes. Yes. Tell me what comes to mind.
Sugar, first,
Sugar. Okay. Mm.
sugar impacts your vibrational frequency. So if you're someone who
Mm.
is on the path, wheat,
Mm.
because it has been genetically modified and irradiated, you're not needing to give up your bread, but you can have bread made with something other than wheat products, right?
Right.
Wheat,
Wheat free. Hmm.
wheat is very bad for the body. Pork,
Okay.
pork,
Hmm.
very, very. Pigs are
Hmm.
beautiful souls.
Mm. Mm.
The the meat of the pigs has very low vibrational frequency because it is filled with
Mhm.
like worms and things like that. It's filled with parasites. There you go. And
Okay.
even cooking the pork cannot kill all of the parasites. And so when you are consuming pork, you're consuming parasites, which then
Sure.
creates inflammation in your body and ultimately, you know, creates health problems. So
Okay.
those things.
Hmm.
And, you know, it's always important to ask your body what it wants. Most humans, if you're anything like our woman, eats from the head. What do I want today? What sounds good today? What would taste good today? Right?
Okay.
All from the head instead of saying, hey, buddy, what is it that you need today? You need a
Yeah.
little extra protein. Okay, we'll provide a little extra protein. You want just veggies today? Okay. I need more electrolytes? Okay, we'll drink some coconut water. Whatever. People don't talk to their bodies nearly enough.
No. Okay.
And your body is a consciousness. So just like you're trying to talk to your guides and your angels,
Mm.
talk to your body. You talk to your cats more than you talk to your body,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
And your body, if you will listen to what it's
Mm.
saying, will not steer you wrong.
Hmm.
If you allow it to, it will have your back.
Hmm.
And people ignore it most of their lives and then kind of shake their fist at it when it begins to break down, right? And you have
Sure.
a conversation with it about what it needs, what it wants. So
Hmm.
that's a conversation to have today, my friends.
I,
Conversation.
yes, absolutely. That's important. Thank you.
Don't do it like our woman does it.
Hmm. Yeah. I think we all do that, Metatron. Hmm.
Quite, quite possibly.
Hmm. Thank you. Hmm. All right. There's a lot of talk um, about our extraterrestrial friends when we know they're there, we know they're there, and that they appear from time to time. But will they appear for all to see? Am I going to see this in my lifetime?
You already have.
Like when will the spaceship like just be hovering right there
All
for
depends on
all to see?
go to Sedona. You'll get to see that. But quite frankly, they're not there, they're here, right? And each and every one of you have walked by someone on the street that was cloaked in human form that was not human.
Totally believe that.
There are many that you have access to in the spiritual world that are different dimensional beings that are here, but they're wearing what appears to be, humanity.
Yes.
And you can feel them and, and what they're bringing forward is is different than what a lot of others are bringing forward. So just
Mhm.
know that that's already happening. The the ships, how deep do we want to go down the rabbit hole?
We want to go down the rabbit hole.
All right. Oh, there has been an agreement with the world governments
Mhm.
that the galactic beings will not reveal their ships.
Mhm.
And the reason for that, they believe, or what they will say to you, is because they don't want to start panic.
Mhm. Mhm.
The truth of the matter is that as soon as that big old ship lands in your backyard, your reality changes 100%. You're no longer biddable by those that would bid you, control you, right? So, yes, there has been agreement with the
Sure.
world governments that those ships would be cloaked. People get a peek at them every now and then,
Yeah. Mhm.
and it's tantalizing, right?
Yes.
But the truth is that they come and go from Mount Shasta. They come and go from Chichen Itza in the Mayan Riviera. They come and go from Sedona. There are points on the planet where they Machu Picchu. There's all kinds of places where they come and go.
Right.
So if you're in those places, your possibility of seeing them or perceiving them is much greater than
Mhm.
you know, just in your own backyard, probably.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah.
Mm.
So I guess the real question is, will you be able to see it in your lifetime? And we understand what you're saying about seeing it. You
Yes.
want to see the ship, and there is
In
possibility.
3D. Yeah. What I mean is in 3D. Yes. Yes.
It is absolutely possible because
Mhm.
this world is changing.
Mhm.
The agreements are changing.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it is absolutely possible.
Mhm.
We we would go so far to say it's probable.
Mhm.
Probable.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
What will you do? What will you do when that happens?
Me personally, I would cry. I would
Mhm.
cry of joy. I would not be absolutely not in fear, but I know that something like that would could create panic and fear.
Okay.
Um, but I truly believe that um, I think there is more of humanity that would love it versus
Mhm.
run from it.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, everybody has been impacted by all the movies and the science fiction
Mm,
and things like that, which is just that fiction, right?
mhm.
Fiction.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. So
yeah.
keep your
And
eyes.
keep your eyes. Yes, and I know that you've mentioned if you want to see them, go outside and call them, and they will appear for you.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
Even if they don't land in the backyard,
Right.
on a
You'll
clear
see.
night, you can sit looking up in the stars and you can call them
Mhm.
telepathically. And you'll begin to see some of the stars moving and creating different patterns, that type of thing.
Mhm.
It's it's something that our channel used to do all the time because of where she lived, right? It was very dark and she could do that. And so she spent many, many, many hours outside.
I love that. Mm,
And yeah.
beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you. So, Metatron, we have a full moon today.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited. Tomorrow, I'm going to a friend's to have, we're having a cacao ceremony and a sound bath. So it's going to be a beautiful day with a very small group of women, and just to celebrate the moon. But I was wondering if perhaps you can connect with the moon and the energy. And does the moon have anything to say to the collective today?
The moon, the first thing that the moon is saying is to pay attention to your sun, your your sun, oddly enough. That's the first.
Yes.
Pay attention to the sun,
Mm,
because the sun is doing some things right now that it has not done in the past, as you know. And it is going to be something that can impact the moon, right? So,
mm,
what happens if something happens to the moon? Okay? Then things here change dramatically with tides and your poles, right?
mhm,
So moon says, watch the sun.
mhm,
The moon also says to pay attention to the tides of your body. Everybody likes to look at the moon because it's beautiful and magical, but the moon has a greater purpose here upon the planet. It works with the fluids in the body, it works with the waters upon the planet.
mhm,
And so when you align with the moon, also align with what is the fluidity or the fluid within your physical body. The moon will assist you to heal, cleanse, purify.
mm.
So what else? All right. We do not know who needs to hear this, but the moon is saying you don't need to dance naked around a circle unless that's your passion. You will you will receive what you want just by being in the moon's present presence and honoring the tides within you. There's
Mm.
somebody out there that feels that they must get naked and
Really?
dance every time. And that's beautiful. It's perfectly okay. But the moon is chuckling to a certain degree about that is not that's not necessary.
Mhm,
But if your heart leads you to do it, that's beautiful. You're still receiving the benefits of the moon no matter what. Right?
mhm.
All right. All right.
Interesting.
That's it. I think.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you ever danced naked around
No,
around the circle, around the fire?
no, 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 not naked. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Well, it could be freeing, huh?
Mm, yes, it can. Yes. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
All right. And what about you? Advice from Metatron today for the collective.
Yeah,
What do you
beloved,
want to say?
love yourselves.
Mhm,
It's so important. People are looking externally for the love and the validation in their lives. And some feel so alone and are in relationships where they are not getting what they need in the way of love and validation, and it's painful. And we would remind you, please to begin to love yourself, honor your journey, care for yourself. Think about the fact that most humans will love and care for others more than they love and care for themselves. So give to yourself
Mm-hmm.
what you would give to others. Hold yourself, love yourself, rock yourself, eat for what the body needs. Dance in the moonlight, whatever it is, right? Love yourself. And to do that, it takes a little bit of radical self-forgiveness. You
Mm-hmm.
see how we just broke that back?
Mm-hmm.
Radical self-forgiveness. Forgive yourselves, love yourselves. If you can do this, then your frequency changes and then the frequency of the world begins to change.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
One person makes a difference.
Mm.
I
Mm-hmm.
We were speaking to someone recently and they wanted to know, what is the percentage of shift that must occur for this planet to evolve to its next dimensional frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's thinking great numbers, right?
Sure.
But really, it has been kind of identified that as little as 3% of the world population
Mm.
shifting their perception, loving themselves, shifting, making the choice to step into light, just that,
Wow.
bring heaven to earth.
Mm-hmm.
So everything you do matters, and it all starts here,
Mm-hmm.
inside you.
Mm-hmm. We truly are powerful creators,
Yes,
and we don't give ourselves enough credit for that.
that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. And here we stand with you, reminding you there's no difference between you and Metatron, no difference between you and Archangel Michael, no difference between you and Jesus. We are all one. There's no better than, greater than.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Thank
Love
you.
yourself, forgive yourself.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Thank you for that advice.
We're happy to extend that invitation for everyone to love themselves, right?
Mm-hmm. It's been a pleasure connecting with you today, as always.
Always, beloved one, it is always our joy to come and spend time. Right. Until next time,
Until next time, thank you, Metatron.
I want to say namaste.
Namaste. Welcome back, Wendy.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Good, 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 good. Did you get the questions answered?
We did. Yes, everything. Yeah. You're going
And
to
her,
enjoy hearing it back.
I can hardly wait. I always look back. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, you've never told me that before.
Yeah. Mm.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. I've missed this. Yes, even taking time off. So I'm excited to put this out and keep
Beautiful.
everyone engaged. Really good advice. And we connected with the moon today. It's a full moon.
Oh,
So there's some nice messages there from Mother Moon, Father Moon. I'm not sure if it's divine feminine or masculine or neither. I don't know.
I think that people think of it as divine feminine, and then the
Yeah.
sun is masculine.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we need to pay attention to the sun according to the moon.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
need
it's
to do that. I need to get out in daylight more. Yeah, I spend too much time, um, here in front of the computer or with clients here in my home office. Um,
yep,
yeah,
me
need to
too.
do it.
Right in this blue chair. By the way, I'm going to get a new chair, so everybody's going to have to get used to something different.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. Well, I hope get something nice and comfortable.
Yep. That's why I'm doing it, because I feel like I'm sitting on a 2x4 right now. It's
Oh no. Oh no.
the cushion's like squished. So
Oh, well, thank you so much, Wendy, as always, and thank
I
you for
always
your updates.
thank you. Thank you for having me. I love it. Thanks.
Till next time.
Yes, indeed. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.